Welcome back and hello if you're new. Following their philosophical odyssey that was 2016's Great Is Our Sin, Revocation have returned from the abyss with their brand new offering, The Outer Ones. For those of you who may be unfamiliar with Revocation, the band are characterised by thrash metal style speed, death metal's kind of aggression, but also the technicality of technical death metal with a weird kind of meld of jazz fusion. With the game plan somewhat changed, the mission statement going into album number 7 was full death metal. However, what I noticed the most, I think, about The Outer Ones is the sense of pace. Cutting down the track list to only 9 tracks allows not only each song to be able to be differentiated and have its own voice, but also increases the album's beautiful flow. This is the first real Revocation album where the band have really kind of dialed things back and focused on a more simplistic songwriting. Although it does very much follow the near faultless Revocation blueprint, there are moments where you can kind of pause for a bit of breath on this album. Prime example being the slow, brooding introduction of the title track, The Outer Ones, especially with that mind-scrambling lead. And perhaps more noticeable on Vanitas, whose winding riffs go higher and higher and higher, which again brings me to my next point. There are moments where Revocation go very slow on this album. Don't worry, there's loads of bits which are like fast and thrashing, don't worry. Despite being very flight-footed, Revocation are even heavier when they do slow things down, evidenced perfectly on That Which Consumes All Things, which is a song about a world-swallowing cloud, I might add. Then there's the grand finale of the 7-minute Brooder, A Starless Darkness, which ends the album in fantastic fashion. Revocation also bring a lighter, kind of more arid quality to their songwriting, particularly on the waltz kind of feel of Blood Atonement, which is like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. However, one of the things that got me into Revocation in the first place was the inspired use of the B string. Whilst other bands play the B string on a 7 string as though it's going out of fashion, Revocation use it more as a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, a bit of seasoning. For example, let me take you through The Outer Ones' kind of outro. There's the main riff, which builds and builds, and then you've got kind of the same riff, but getting a little bit heavier. Then there's that B string tacked on. And then the final section is where Ash Pearson's drumming comes in, which is again second to none. Not to mention that the B string can be used as a fantastic transitional piece, as evidenced on Vanitas. Of course though, when Revocation want to speed up, they definitely can. And at times, the two slow and fast styles are combined. For example, in the Morbid Angel style battering ram that is Luciferus. Another quality that's always been explored in Revocation's playing is the idea of dissonance. There's even sections on Blood Atonement that wouldn't sound amiss on Gorguts' Obscura record. That level of dissonance. Then there's also the instrumental take of Ex Nihilo, which has the melodic tendencies of Chaos of Form's Fractal Entity, but with that kind of technical madness of Spastic on their self-titled album. And of course, there are some absolutely amazing sections where you can just straight up headbang. There are some absolutely incredible guitar solos on this record, and if you're a fan of Dave Davidson's playing, I consistently say this guy is the new Marty Friedman, the Marty Friedman of death. Not only are the note choices incredibly well thought out, but the phrasing and pace are always interesting, and most importantly, there's always that, whoa, I did not think he was gonna go there moment. It's also worth noting that each solo does have their own personality as well. You know, there are particular melodies that Davidson hooks onto, rather than just sounding like a rehash of a solo that you heard 3 tracks ago. The vocals on this album also see Davidson's delivery getting even better with each release. I also really love the fact that you can understand what Davidson is saying, and also the fact that it really ties in well to this sci-fi horror slash theme. You know, this album is pretty much an ode to H.P. Lovecraft. In terms of the artwork, I originally thought that, you know, it was a bit busy and there wasn't really too much to kind of enjoy, but once you've heard the record and you kind of know these little ghost stories, you know, for example, people who are bound to walk the catacombs forever, or a man who's been cursed by a witch, even a universe-devouring cloud, which is actually on the front. I think it's kind of cool. With the outer ones, Revocation have played it incredibly cool. Trimming the fat to an absolutely militant level, the band have left absolutely no room for error, and the outer ones is staking a big claim for what could be 2018's album of the year. And for that reason, I'm gonna give the record a 5 out of 5. Revocation's brand new album, The Outer Ones, is set for a September 28th release via Metal Blade, and you can pick up a copy right underneath me. Seriously guys, the vinyl variants on this are absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Also make sure to turn on my notification bell so you know when I've uploaded. You can check out my series over on Metal Sucks, which is live every week. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next week for another review. Alright, take care.